Hey everybody, it's Trickster back for another video today. This video is a serious video and personal, as I'll be talking about a serious medical condition, and that's epilepsy, that I was diagnosed at 3 years of age. What is epilepsy? Epilepsy is known as the seizure disorder, or more scientific terms, chronic non-communicable disease that can be treated but cannot be cured, or so I thought. It's a brain disorder that causes reoccurring seizures, and yes, there are many types of seizures, from absent seizures, which I suffered from as a kid, myoclonic seizures, which I also suffered from as a kid, generalized tonic-clonic seizures, which are the most deadly ones that causes deaths, and focal seizures. There's a few others, but I'm not getting into all of that today. For this video, I'll talk about the ones I suffered from as a kid, absent seizures and myoclonic seizures. These seizures are very serious, as I've almost died many of times due to this, and the main reason I wasn't allowed to travel alone growing up. But when I did, I had to wear a silver chain medical bracelet until it broke. Myoclonic seizures causes a brief shock which I would feel on my leg at random moments. My leg would twitch before a seizure would follow 5 minutes after. My mum would rush me to the hospital every time I seizured, as I would stop breathing and unable to speak and be out for a whole day or two. Sometimes I would even have seizures at school growing up. I would suffer temporary memory loss as a side effect, and I would forget people's faces or even schoolwork for months on end. One time in grade 4, my teacher had to roll me on my side after a seizure so I could breathe. Then she called the ambulance, and the most important thing, make sure I was awake and responding, because very rarely I would go unconscious due to lack of oxygen, which meant my brain was shutting down and I needed to be rushed to hospital instantly. Most famous triggers known to epilepsy is flashing lights, but I played lots of video games growing up and laser tag, so I knew that wasn't my trigger. No, mine was overheating and stress, which is ironic if you're Australian with heat waves surrounded by stressful situations. There's been more times where I've almost died, like when I was a baby. My mum was a single teen mother at the time who had to do CPR on me and rush me to hospital. The doctors ran some tests and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me until I was 3 and got diagnosed with epilepsy. I had to take Epilim tablets after that. Obviously, I hated it, and my mum would mix it with strawberry milk for me. Then I had to take medication properly when I was 5. When I was 8 years old, I had a seizure at school in our class line, where the girls lined up on the left and the boys lined up on the right, when I dropped. I hit my head on concrete and it began to bleed, and I ended up having memory loss. And according to my mother, she spent 4 months trying to teach me how to write and read, and I forgot family faces and had to meet them all over again. When I was 10, I had another seizure in drama class, and my entire class, including Eric, my best friend at the time, thought I was gonna die as ambulance rushed towards me and I had passed out, being carried away on this sheet bed. Obviously not a pleasant sight to a bunch of kids. And when I came back the following week, kids in my grade ran up to me and hugged me, and I had to explain to everyone I wasn't dying. It was a medical condition that could have killed me, but didn't. Yeah, past me didn't take anything seriously, even if it's my own life. When I was 11 years old and staying with my gangster nan before going into foster care in April that year, I suffered a very serious seizure that landed me in hospital for 3 days, almost killing me. The trigger of that was lack of sleep. And no joke, when I did go to sleep, I had a seizure and woke up to it, which meant I had to drag my leg against the wall to alert everyone before passing out. When I woke up, I was connected to a drip in my arm, which was hella painful, and had an oxygen mask on my head, which, can I just say, is super traumatizing for an 11-year-old. Like, picture this: 7 different doctors in white rushing to your side. You hear the heart monitor beeping slowly. Your oxygen mask breathes heavy noise. You can't move your legs, paralyzed temporarily because of the seizure. You look over your shoulder and you see your grandparents in tears, feeling scared and hopeless as you stare back. Suddenly the monitor goes off. You start to black out thinking this is it, and the last thing you hear is your family crying and doctors saying, "Stay with us. Trickster, Trickster, can you hear me? Stay with us. We're losing her." Emptiness and silence. The sound of death. At least that's what it felt like before I was brought back. Thank you all for watching this video. I know it was challenging for me to talk about and some of the animation was probably triggering. I made this video for Epilepsy Awareness Month, which is November, and Purple Day, which is March 26. And as a way to support this channel, I appreciate you guys sharing this and getting this video to blow up for charity. My goal is to donate to the awareness and go as far as visiting kids in hospital who have epilepsy, but I'm unable to reach this goal without your support. So please like and subscribe this channel and help support those who have epilepsy.